Hustle paid the price. Want a slice? Got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, grinding all my life, all my life, grinding all my life. Sacrifice. Hustle paid the price. Want a slice? Got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, grinding all my life.
Hey, so you know, I'm gonna speak off the top today. I'm gonna speak from my heart. I ain't make a prepared speech, but a couple things I just want to say to everybody, all the kids, all the parents, all the adults and children. First of all, I appreciate the love. I appreciate all the support that the community has been giving me since I started doing music, since I became. Thank y'all. Everywhere I go, across the United States and Europe, and even when I went back home, you know, our people have always just been 100% behind what I was doing, and so I'm grateful for that. Thank you. Yeah. Second, you know, love you too. Thank you. Second, I got a chance to go back home again recently, and again, I was inspired by our country. I was inspired by the culture. I was inspired by, you know, how far we've come as an independent country through our struggle. You know, we've become a lot more exposed, and our struggle has become a lot more known, you know, recently. I'm proud of that. I think all of us deserve a round of applause for that, so give it up for that. So yeah, I wanna say this too. Yeah, give me right. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So I'm gonna say this also. You know, when I think about Eritrea and I think about our country, I think about the history of it. What I think about is we have an opportunity because, you know, the country is young. Our independence is relatively new. So we have an opportunity, all of us, myself included. We all have different categories that, you know, we represent ourselves in, mine being music. I know Tiffany was here yesterday, hers being acting. Yeah, give it up for her one time. So I just feel like our responsibility is to represent ourselves, our country, our culture with pride, you know what I mean? And to be, you know, shining examples of what the foundation and the morals that our people raised us on. We come from a different standard of respect, a different standard of integrity. And, you know, growing up in Los Angeles, growing up in America, it took a while for me to notice that, you know. And I think that our responsibility is to live up to that and to continue to carry that. You know, me being in hip hop, it's such a different space. And I think one of the reasons that I have the respect I have in hip hop is because of what I come from. My dad and the culture and just the morals that we was raised on. That's right.
Whenever somebody asks me that, the first thing I just say is I feel a sense of pride, you know, knowing the history of the struggle and just the circumstances that our people overcame, you know, from being outnumbered, being against, you know, superpowers, and coming out victorious, and then being self-sufficient after the fact, and being independent in a country that believes in self-sufficiency and building from scratch. And similar to what I stand for in music is, you know, taking the stairs and doing it the long way based on integrity and just believing in, you know, self-sufficiency, like I said, and being aware of the way that taking handouts can cripple you, and, you know, suffering through the process for a bigger picture. So I just felt, you know, proud and a sense of pride, and also, you know, a little bit obligated to carry that same integrity in my space.
Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice.
Yeah. Yeah, but, you know, like I was saying, I just think that it's a big opportunity for us to represent our country, to represent the culture of our country. globally. And you know, I'm gonna do my part through music, and I want all of us to do our part respectively in whatever fields we're in, if it's education, if it's sports, if it's any other categories that I'm sure this whole room has a million different directions that we all striving for greatness in. I think we should hold each other to the standard and continue to represent Eritrea. One love.
Hold me down through these troubled times. Be another victim to my stubborn pride. Stuck in the ground.
What's your question?
What motivated you to be what you are today?
Man, I love, as a music artist, I just love music since I was a young kid. I was inspired by hip hop. I'm from Los Angeles, so when I grew up, it was a big movement in my city, a rap movement, you know, Death Row, Tupac, Snoop Dogg, yeah. So I was really inspired by just what was going on in my city.
How do you think you've impacted Eritrea through your popularity?
I think one of the main ways that I've impacted our country is that, you know, I think I was one of the first people to I think have a certain level of success in hip hop, and I was never ashamed of where I come from. I never shied away from my culture. I was always proud of it, and so I think that hopefully I hope that had the same effect on young people. That, you know, be proud of who we are. We come from a very rich culture. We come from a culture full of integrity, and we should be proud of that and represent that. So I hope that's the effect it had. Yeah.
What was the first song that you actually wrote? Like, yeah, well, not like released the album, but you wrote by yourself and you kept it in your head.
Her question was, what was the first song that I wrote? Man, I was probably like 10 years old maybe, and what I used to do, I used to listen to rap music, and I would take, like, say, a Tupac song, and I would just listen to the way he rapping and just change the words. So I done that a lot, like with Snoop Dogg records, Tupac records. I can't remember which one, but I was probably like 10 years old though. Cool.
So based on the environment that you lived in, you know, how'd you keep up your culture to the time you are today? You know, living in LA and everything.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I was raised by my dad and my mom, but you know, my dad always, you know, he was a proud Eritrean. You know what I mean? So you gonna be like father, like son. You know? Yeah, I
got you. What is your favorite part about being from Eritrea?
I got a lot of favorites: the food, the people. You know what I mean? The culture, the history of being underdogs and struggling and having integrity, and you know, not selling out and standing for something and fighting for what we believe in. All of that.
What affected you the most when you went to Eritrea? Like, was there any inspiring moments for you?
She said what inspired me most, or what affected me most when I went to Eritrea. I think I would say the fact that everybody sat down and ate together. That's so different. You know, yeah, that was different for me. Just to see everybody sit down every day at lunch and eat and talk together. That's different than growing up in LA. Everybody's on the scramble, everybody on the run. So I think that was one of the most inspiring things I've seen. Yeah.
What age did you go to Eritrea?
I was 18 the first time I went back home. Have you been back home yet? Have you been back home? 3 times, so you beat me. You beat me there. I was 18 when I went.
Do you speak Tigray now?
Nishte. Damn, I don't know who to pick. Whoever make the most noise, that's who I'm gonna pick.
What's your favorite color? What's your favorite color?
Red, blue, and green, right?